Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on this end of the season review as I show you the awards that my players got and some of the transfers that you can be expecting to see in next year's season. Anyway, we easily won the Pro League. As you can see, we didn't play as well just because we clinched, I think, with 5 games to go. So I just went ahead and gave a bunch of first time minutes to some under 21, under 19 guys that I feel like could play for us in the future. So yeah, we ended draw, win loss. So I mean, we went 1-3-1 in our final 5, and that was with a very weakened team against their best teams. So it was good enough. We didn't win the Belgian Cup, which is going to come back to bite us because, honestly, my contract might not get renewed. I've been asking, and they will not give me one. But anyway, here are some awards. I'll start out with Head Coach of the Year. Yes, the best coach, as I feel, the best coach in this league, definitely got the award. I kicked butt, I'm not going to lie. I did very well. I mean, let's be honest. I did fantastic. Anyway, let's go on to the Golden Boot, where Nahar, Okaka, and Ludwig all were in the finals. So that was good for them. See, next we got the best 11. We got Yuri, Ludwig, Veltman, Nahar. Ludwig and Nahar not in the right position, but hey, that's okay. That's okay. And then we got the best average rating. Now, this is what I love to see is best average rating, because that means they're playing well every single game, not just a fluke game here and there. Yuri with a 7.82. Wow, that is not bad. Not bad at all. And then we next one is Team of the Year. Well, can't find it. Maybe it's Player of the Year. Yeah, Player of the Year. And no, actually, we didn't have anybody in that. That's weird. Oh, Team of the Year right here. Okay. So here's the Team of the Year. Actually, the best 11. What was it? Best 11, best Golden 11. I don't know how it's really different. I just know that it is different. And it's not too much different, but I really don't understand how it's that much different, but I guess it is in a way. Next, we got the top goal scorer, and let's see, this guy really deserved it. He really did. Our scoring comes from a bunch of different players, not just, we're not reliant on one guy, and that kind of reflects this award. I feel like Club Brugge, this Vossen guy, that was their only scorer. He was the only person that would mess with us the whole entire game, so that was good. We had a guy in there. Young Player of the Year easily goes to Yuri. Easily. There's no one close. But yeah, those are the awards, and I'm proud of my team and how we finished. But anyway, here are some of the transfers that are me coming in. First, we got Alex Silva coming in at left back because Deschamps, our usual left back, is retiring. And I just sold Insakala because he wanted to leave and he's never going to play here. And he was a decent backup, but I never really liked him, so I might bring in another backup left back later on. But yeah, I got him for a steal. He was unhappy, valued at 12.25, and got him for 6. Next is Begovic at keeper. Proto is getting a little older. He's 35, pushing 36, and we don't have another keeper that can kind of take his spot. So I brought him in. Got him for real cheap. I think I got him for 8 or 9, half of what he's worth. So that was good there. Then we've got a few Americans that I brought in. Some younger guys that I brought in. If they're good, they'll play for me. If they're not, they'll be worth something one day. So yeah, that's him. We got another one in Michael Brown. This guy I feel like has the opportunity to be one of the guys that actually plays in the team. Hopefully. There's not a lot of. When I first signed all these players, I thought that they were going to be actually like really good players, but they never really developed. This guy, This guy's pretty good. He's not the best. Another one. I signed like 5 or 6 of them. I really did. Yeah, none of these guys are gonna probably make it into the first team, but they'll definitely be worth something. Yeah. Oh, I already went to him. Luke Hedges, he's another one of those where I feel like he could make it in there, but we're so gifted at the striker position. I don't know if he'll get an opportunity. This guy, I brought him in on like $20,000 a year on wages, which is the minimum. And he's not terrible, so I thought maybe I could sell him again one day. I got him in on a free, so I was like, why not? Unfortunately, Vandenborre, he signed a contract. He didn't want to re-sign with me, and he signed with this team. I can't say their name. Midtjylland. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sad to see him go. He was a great sub. I don't think this. Oh, it is coming through. All right, here's a Canadian. This is one of those guys that I actually feel like is going to be a good player one day. He's got very good mentals, and I feel like he's going to blossom. But he comes in a little bit later. And then this guy. Yeah, he's another. He's got good mentals, and hopefully he'll make it. Unfortunately, Phil Jones and Rojo were asking for way too much wages, and for some reason, at one point, the team told me that I could sign players and give them £4 million, not £4 million, $4 million a year, and for some reason, they didn't allow me to do that with these guys. So I could have easily signed them if I had $4 million to give. It was touching 5, and they wanted like 5, 6, 5, 7. I could have honestly got them both if I wanted them, but unfortunately, that did not happen, and I'm not very happy because honestly, those guys would have been huge for our team. But anyway, that's how the season went, and thank you for joining me, and join me for the next season. See y'all later. Okay, boy do I have the news for you. We've had a very eventful transfer window so far, and it possibly might not be over, but it's been crazy. First of all, I just want to say to any Anderlecht fans out there, I'm sorry that I had to sell your best player because he's a homegrown guy. But when you're offered $40 million for a player that I could easily take that $40 million and then easily make a better team, you just have to take it. So I literally sat at my computer for 20 minutes today and just looked at it. Like, do I do this or do I not? And I finally did, because honestly, he's a great player, but he's not irreplaceable. And I don't think we replaced him. I think we got someone who's nowhere near similar nowhere similar in ability, but he's a good replacement. So I got Charles. Charles is somewhat older, but he's got very good mentals and very good technicals. He's not that physical though. Let's just put it that he's not very tall and he can't jump as high and all that stuff. Well, anyway, I feel like he's going to be a good replacement. He's going to he was unhappy. I figured out for my team, so it is, that I have to search for players that are unhappy so that I can get them for less, because those are the only players that I can afford. So I got him. Next, I got Marcos Rojo, which is fantastic. He is going to be so good for us. He really is. I cannot wait to use him. I really can't. We've never had a good center back, and we finally have one. This guy is so good. And then we got Zikovic. Zikovic is kind of for the future. I would say. He's a striker, 21. I guess if I could compare him to someone, I would compare him to Ivan Salvador. But I'll tell you my plans. You see his current ability right there, 2.5 stars. I'm going to compare him to one of our players. Where's he at? Oh, he's actually hurt at the moment. I don't know how much longer Stefano Okaka is going to be at our club. He's a great player, but he just oh man, dang it, he just makes me mad. He will miss some of the easiest opportunities I've ever seen. There are literally tap-ins. So if he does leave, I'm not going to be sad to see him go. Let's see where he's at. Okay. So you can tell there's a lot of red over here pointing to Zikovic. Now, not all of it is pointing there. I mean, there's a little bit here and there. But it's enough half and half to where Zikovic has a lot of growing room and Okaka has none. Okaka has no growing room whatsoever. He's 28 years old and he doesn't have much left. And Zikovic has a lot of growing to do. I got him for what I consider 10 million. I think that's cheap for him. I feel like he could easily be pushing 20s, 30s by the end of his career. Now, we did have one more, but it kind of fell through. Now, it still might happen because Veltman is getting pushed for hard. I think if I were to offer him to clubs, I could get 25 million for him. And I'll show you who might be coming into this club. David Luiz might be coming into this club. Look at that. He's 31, so I'd probably only get him for 2 or 3 years. But man, look at how good he is. Imagine having Rojo and David Luiz in the back. I don't know many teams that would score us. And these transfers are huge for us in the Champions League. We've been having such a hard time even getting out of the group stage, where now with a bunch of these players, it may not be a struggle to get out of the group stage anymore if we get a group an easier group. Last year we got kind of stuck in the group of death, so I don't really count that season towards how it actually should have gone. But now that we have these, I feel like even with that, we could have even gotten 3rd place and gone into the Europa League. So anyway, that's just kind of the transfer roundup. I'm probably not going to play because once again, it's going to be really easy to go through. And yeah, I tried to get Phil Jones again. It wasn't going to happen. He hates me now. So that's how it is. Anyway, probably come back Champions League, and yeah, I'll probably do the draw, and then we'll play our first game out of that. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I appreciate it, and see you all later.